History is filled with legendary weapons, but there's one that stands out, a true superweapon that's still shrouded in mystery. We're talking about Greek fire, and we're about to dive into why its secret was one of the most closely guarded in the ancient world.
Just imagine this for a second. You're a sailor, centuries ago, on a wooden ship. Out of nowhere, this strange, thick liquid comes flying at you, and it bursts into flames. Your first instinct, of course, is to douse it with water, right? But when you do, the fire just gets bigger. Well, for the enemies of the Byzantine Empire, this wasn't just some bad dream. It was a terrifying reality.
Yeah, this stuff was real. It was called Greek fire, and for hundreds of years, it gave the Byzantine Empire this incredible, almost unfair advantage. Their navy pretty much dominated the seas, and this weapon helped them protect their capital city from massive invasions time and time again. So what made Greek fire so different? Well, for starters, it was this thick, sticky liquid. It would cling to ships, to shields, to people, to everything. But the craziest part? It could actually burn on the surface of the water. So jumping overboard to escape the flames? Yeah, that wasn't going to work. Okay, so the big question is, what was this stuff made of? The answer is one of history's greatest chemical mysteries. The recipe was a top secret of the state, basically a 1,000-year-old chemical code that scientists are still trying to crack today. So here's what we know for sure. It was a liquid weapon, invented back in the 7th century by a really smart engineer named Kallinikos. And the key thing here was the secrecy. This recipe wasn't in any textbook. It was known only by the emperor and a couple of trusted families who made it. If you leaked the secret, it was considered treason. And the punishment for that was, well, you can guess. Now, even though we don't have the exact recipe, scientists have some really good guesses. The main ingredient was probably crude oil, or something similar called naphtha. Then, they likely added pine resin to make it all thick and sticky so it would cling to its targets. Other possible ingredients include sulfur and maybe even quicklime, a chemical that gets super hot when it touches water. But the exact mix? That secret seems to have been lost forever. So having this secret fiery liquid is one thing, but how did they actually use it in a battle? Well, the Byzantines didn't just invent a chemical weapon. They also engineered an incredible machine to deploy it. Basically, an ancient flamethrower. They called the device a siphon. Just picture a huge bronze tube mounted right on the front of a warship. It was designed to use pumps and pressure to shoot a powerful stream of liquid fire directly at enemy ships. And firing this thing was a really complex and seriously dangerous job. First, they'd heat the mixture in a sealed tank to build up a ton of pressure. Then, they'd use powerful pumps to force the hot liquid through the tube. Right at the end, as the stream shot out, it would be ignited by a flame at the nozzle. This was so risky that only highly trained soldiers, known as siphonarius, were even allowed to operate them. It's easy to see why. With this kind of technology, the Byzantine Navy was the most feared force on the Mediterranean Sea. It totally rewrote the rules of naval warfare. And you have to remember, the psychological effect was just as powerful as the fire itself. It wasn't just a quiet stream of flame. Old accounts describe this loud, roaring sound coming from the siphon, like thunder. Can you imagine that? You're on a ship, you see the sea itself on fire, you hear that terrifying roar, and you smell this thick, awful smoke. It would cause absolute panic. And this weapon wasn't just for show. It was incredibly effective. On at least 2 different occasions, Greek fire pretty much single-handedly saved the Byzantine capital, Constantinople. In 674 and then again in 1717, huge enemy fleets sailed in to conquer the city. And both times they were almost completely wiped out by this liquid fire. It literally saved the empire. Now, you might be thinking of this as purely a naval weapon, right? But the Byzantines were way too smart for that. They knew how powerful it was, and they actually adapted it for use on land, too. They created smaller, portable versions called hand siphons, basically personal flamethrowers for soldiers defending the city walls. They also filled clay pots with the mixture, creating some of the world's first grenades that they could throw down at attacking soldiers or use to burn down giant wooden siege towers. It was a truly versatile weapon system. So this brings us to the final mystery. If Greek fire was so amazing, so powerful, and so effective, where did it go? Why isn't it around today? Well, its disappearance is almost as mysterious as its creation. Turns out there wasn't just one reason it disappeared. It was more like a perfect storm of factors. For one, making the stuff was really expensive. And as the Byzantine Empire started to get weaker, it just couldn't afford its own superweapon anymore. At the same time, a new technology was taking over: gunpowder and cannons. And in the end, because that secret recipe was guarded so closely, when the empire finally collapsed, the knowledge was simply lost along with it. And because of all that, Greek fire has become a true legend. It's the perfect example of a lost technology, an invention that was so advanced for its time that once the secret vanished, it couldn't be perfectly recreated, even with all our modern science. And that really leaves us with one final fascinating thought. The story of Greek fire is a huge reminder of just how much a single piece of technology can shape the course of history. It really makes you wonder, if someone found that 1,000-year-old recipe tomorrow, what would we do with it?